All right, 5 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. I ever tell you the story about Casper the Armadillo? Have I told you let me tell you Casper the Albertosaurus. So I live in a mobile home, and the skirting isn't exactly all there. Anyway, every once in a while I'll hear like ghosts in my trailer, and I think, okay, there's a ghost, but it seems to be friendly, so I'll call it Casper. Then one day I saw what the ghost was. It was an armadillo, and so I kept the name. So the armadillo is named Casper, and the problem with naming a wild animal is that the neighbors find out you named it, and then when the animal has dug up your neighbor's garden, you'll come home and you'll say, Casper was digging in my garden. And I'll say, it's not really my animal. It's not mine. It lives there. I'm fine with it living there. It doesn't seem to be mine being called Casper. I love animals. Oh my gosh, I love going to the zoo, and I've loved animals all my life. We just got some pet cows a little while ago. Mark Quadrozzi is in the studio. He is the co-operator and lead animal caregiver at the Animis Foundation, which, if that's new to you, it was new to me too. So we're going to learn what that is. JP Leemans is here as well as a volunteer with Animis. And Gareth Vandergriff, am I saying your name right, Gareth, is also here. We're talking about that very thing. The Animis Foundation is, according to my notes, a nonprofit sanctuary dedicated to the rescue and rehabilitation of domestic and wild animals, and that might include Casper. So, good morning, everybody. First of all, good morning. You're a good-looking guy, Mark. How are you?
All right.
So, where is?
Oh, there you go.
I'm a good-looking guy. Are you near your microphone? Can you? Kind of there, get a little closer. There, I was trying to figure out why I couldn't hear you so well.
Okay.
That's why I wear my headphones, to make sure the listeners can hear you. So how are you?
Good. How are you today?
Good. Where is, I know we should say what it is, but where is it? Where is Animis?
Animis Foundation is right on Southwest 27th Avenue, about 3/4 of a mile from Catholic Trinity High School.
Oh, really?
Yes.
My gosh.
A lot of people don't realize we're there because we do have a group of our horses in the front, and Ocala is being what it is. It's horse country. So people pass by thinking that we're another horse ranch. But we're a lot more than that. We're a permanent placement sanctuary and rehabilitation center. All of our horses and cattle and other farm species of animals are all in sanctuary. That's why they're with us. And we also play a very big part in rehabilitating our native wild animals here in Marion County.
Really?
And our major goal is to get them from babies to injured adults, is to get them back into their element in the wild.
Oh my gosh. Can we visit?
Yes, we are open to tours.
Okay.
You guys, of course, would be welcome anytime you want. Just give us a call.
Okay.
We have a huge workload, so just give us the time to get things ready and done, and then we'd be happy to accommodate you anytime. But we do give tours to the public, and that's by appointment. We're very happy to share what we do there.
How did this all get started? Are you the founder?
No, I'm not the founder. Back in 2009, the founders of the sanctuary wanted to start with having a horse rescue.
Okay.
And these founders, that's Michelle's mother and stepfather. And they asked, knowing that Michelle and I did a huge amount of...
Michelle's your wife?
Michelle's my wife,
okay,
yes.
Okay.
Knowing that we do... we had been doing, both of us on our own, and then once we met, a huge amount of charity for animals in rescue and rehabilitation in Long Island, New York. They asked if we wanted to join them. And then once we joined, we wanted to create a little more than just a horse rescue, and we expanded out to other species of domestic animals as well as helping the wildlife.
Oh my gosh! Wow. Okay, so the animals. How did the animals come to you? If I'm driving down the road and I hit a fox, for example, and it doesn't die, do I call you and say, "Oh my gosh, I hit a fox"?
Yes. We do have our wildlife line, which is Michelle's number, and that number would be 352-843-6379.
Okay.
You just have to leave a message because we get hundreds of calls, and we'll get right back to you. There are species that we don't work with, say black bears. We do raccoons on a small scale, serious emergencies only, but most of the time we have other rehabbers that specialize in those animals that we could direct you to.
Oh, I got you.
But we would do do pretty much everybody else.
Because why? A bear is too dangerous?
Well, we don't have the facilities.
Okay.
You have to have the facilities and certain animals need certain ways of rehabilitation. It's a huge investment in a baby bear cub, say, if God forbid one was found, and that's not something we have the manpower and facilities to deal with.
But you did have the wonderful story about rescuing the bird in the community.
Yes, we had a family. It was a Sunday night. Michelle and I's half of a day off that we get, and we got contacted by the Marion County Police Department, and then following them, a family. The family lived on a block right at Bryant Park, and they had watched these red-shouldered hawks raise their family every year. Some individuals were out hunting squirrels, as the family had told me, which happens routinely at Bryant Park, and I think they came up empty-handed, and not that we want them shooting the squirrels, but they decided to empty out their ammo on the mother hawk. The family took shifts in guarding this bird as she laid in the street, and Michelle and I got over there. And what the family had been doing is all the older children and the adults in the family would taking their time to stay with this bird.
Wow.
And they all got involved in the rescue process. We had to have Marion County Utility Company come and take a bucket truck, go 60 feet in the air to get the chicks out, because the family had not seen the other adult in a long time.
Wow.
So the chicks were not going to make it without a parent to feed them.
Right.
So the kids got involved with blocking traffic with the bucket truck. The bucket truck came in. We all took a group picture. The older boys got to hold the basket with the babies. It was such a great learning experience for these kids, and it was such a great way for them to be the heroes, because they were the real heroes. We were going to rehabilitate the birds, but they took the time to stand guard, to protect, to help us. They stood with us the whole way, and they got to take pride in these wild animals that lived on their block.
Wow.
And that's one of the important things of the sanctuary. We're able to provide, it's what our main goal is, for the sake of the non-human animals, so to speak, that we help. But then beyond that, we provide a great opportunity for all the people that live in our county to take part and be proud of their involvement in this.
We have to find out how we can help you. I mean, this must cost money. I mean,
it costs a huge amount of money, and you never want to have to ask people for financial donation. But in the case of us, we just recently lost our main source of funding, which was the founders, who have stepped aside. They're no longer involved. And we have, we're on a large piece of property. And part of the reason people will say to me, well, why don't you downsize? Why don't you do this and that? We're providing sanctuary. Besides the wildlife, we're providing sanctuary for a large herd of equines, horses, donkeys, cows. These animals need pasture. We will adopt out on case-by-case basis, but those safe, good homes are far and few between.
Wow.
So, we do ask for a certain amount of money, because this has become these herd animals' permanent home, and they've learned to feel safe and love us.
This is step one. I mean, we're getting the word out. Everybody will know what Animis is and where it is, and so I think that's a really good start right now. I want to ask JP. You're a volunteer?
Oh, I'm volunteer. I'm just taking care of the squirrels. I love squirrels. I've been doing that for years. And Michelle taught me a lot how to take care of those little critters and so on. So we got them from a tiny little baby, 2-3 days old, until eventually they get hurt or whatever.
Oh, wow.
We rehabilitate them, and then when we realize that they're getting nervous and so on, and it's time to go, we put them in a cage outside. They get used to the noises of the nature.
My gosh, you're like this.
And funny enough, even though the mother isn't there, if there is a hawk coming across there and making the noise, they know.
They know. Animals are smart. Animals are smart, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then once in a while, when we have too many, I bring them to my property, and there I have a cage, and I leave them
know
there.
you? They know who you are?
Oh, it's amazing how much they know.
Do you
me.
have names for them all?
As a matter of fact, yes.
What are some names?
Well, I've got the latest one, which is Plate. Plato because he loves to play. So when they said Plato,
Plato.
I've got one which has a special scheme on the tail as a V. So I call him Victor. That's how I recognize it.
Okay.
And things like that.
Wow,
And,
wow.
Yeah, they all have a name. So I bring them there and I leave them in a cage for a week or so that they get used. Then I open the door and I let them go. And they will come back for 10, 15 days in the cage every night. And then one day they won't come anymore.
That is amazing. That is amazing. Right.
But whenever I go and walk the dog, I see squirrels coming from across the street from different trees because they know their daddy, which is me, has peanuts in his pocket.
Oh.
And it's amazing.
Oh my goodness.
So I have to tell guests, be careful, I've got friendly squirrels, they could jump on you, don't be surprised.
And look at your T-shirt.
Yes.
I just realized your T-shirt
Yeah.
is a squirrel juggling some acorns or something.
Of course.
Oh, so what? Do you have a name for yourself?
For me?
Yeah, like
No, that's another too long story. We don't have time for that. But
How long could your name be? What's your...
when we had those hurricanes and so on, that's a short story I'm going to try to explain you. Anyhow, my daughter at that time found those little babies. So we said, well, we should do something
Oh,
about
that's how it started.
That's how it started. And then the what was it, Star Banner, a reporter, saw a little note that my daughter had put down the street saying, Squirrel Refuge on the address 4111 on top of the hill.
Right.
Okay, well, the next day, the
Oh, my
television
gosh.
was there, and I ended up with 40 squirrels there. So luckily, some people told us how to handle them, how to help them, and so on. And I've been doing that for years. And in the area,
Oh,
in
my
my
gosh.
neighborhood,
All
they
right.
call me Dr. Squirrel.
All right. Look, we need to take a little break, and we'll be right back. I want to find out how the two of you got together and how this whole works together. And Gareth, are you part of this too? Do you do the?
Well, I consider myself one of the volunteers. There's also Animis sponsored an animal rescue.
Just turn that
class
microphone
for
toward
us.
your face a little bit more. There you go.
They sponsored an animal emergency class for us to take, which was great. And they have done things for the volunteers. The volunteers are phenomenal. And one thing I'd like to mention is that people don't realize what it's like to go and pick up an eagle or an owl, because it takes courage to do that. I've had to get owls
Yeah,
occasionally, and you have to know what you're doing.
Oh
and
my
most of
gosh!
us
I wouldn't. I don't know. I wouldn't know where to begin if somebody said, "Can you go pick up an owl?"
Yeah, no, Mark is phenomenal there, and he's fantastic.
I have owls outside my bedroom window.
I heard.
You heard about the owls?
talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it this morning.
Taking care of my mice, I think. All right, we'll take a little break. Animis, Animis, the Animis Foundation. We want to learn more about that, but we have a little break here, so let's take that break, and we'll be right back.
Next Generation MD is the future of healthcare now. Listen in the first and third Thursday at 10 a.m. to learn how the future in PRP treatments are here in our area. Find out the many ways that Dr. Juan Jordan, MD, Charles Brooks, NP, and case manager Mark Shaw have brought the family medicine practice to a new level. Hear from the very people that benefit from the fine work they have done in this field. Next Generation MD, every first and third Thursday at 10 a.m. here on WOCA 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Tick-tock. The days fly by, and we find tax season is upon us once again. Not to worry, though. With a reputable CPA firm on your side, you can rest assured that all of your needs will be handled in a professional and thorough manner. Robson, Scribner & Stewart is just that firm. They're there for their clients year-round, not just during tax season, to handle your needs and answer any questions you may encounter. At Robson, Scribner & Stewart, there is no client too small or too large. Their expertise ranges from the single individual to the largest of corporations. Get your return prepared by a professional who will use their years of experience to ensure that your tax return's outcome will leave you in the best possible position. Call them today at 694-4184. Robson, Scribner & Stewart. They're there for you today. Again, that number is 694-4184. Time is of the essence, so don't delay. 694-4184.
Tired of looking at stained carpets, dirty tile, or grout? Call Silverback Restoration, 414-5312. Make your flooring look great again. Stains, pet odors, allergies. Call Silverback Restoration, 414-5312. From serving our country to serving our community. Silverback Restoration, 414-5312. Residential and commercial. Their work is guaranteed along with your satisfaction. Check their website, silverbackrestoration.com.
All right, 20 minutes after 10 o'clock. I think everybody in the room is an animal lover. And when you hear about people rescuing animals, I was just talking to Mark off the air. Mark Quadrozzi is here from Animis Foundation. And the story that J.P. Leemans told us about rescuing squirrels is an amazing one. But as you were pointing out, it's really not, we should all be very, very careful about trying to do what he did. He's an exception to the rule, isn't he?
Yes, we appreciate everybody's actions to help an animal, but when it comes to a wild animal, as opposed to compared to a domestic animal, is they need special care. Babies need special diets, and your licensed rehabilitators, like my wife Michelle, who's the director of Wildlife Department and holds a federal license, which she had to take tests and stuff to do.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And have practice training. Those are the people that have the knowledge to do things correctly, so that everything goes according to plan for the health of the animal and back out to the wild. We see far too many cases where well-meaning citizens try to rehab the animal, and things can go wrong, from health to behavioral problems, and things becoming a problem in the household. So we encourage.
We want to kind of get to business because the clock is ticking. I want to make sure that your visit here is beneficial to the animals and to the cause of the foundation. I have on my list here a few things that we can do. I have a PayPal account, so I can actually donate through PayPal.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
If you just go to our Facebook page, you can go onto PayPal and make a donation that way. Supplies donations, you could make the monetary donations; those are always greatly appreciated. Also, donations of supplies, paper towels on our wish list. That's on our Facebook page too. All types of donations of Espalac, baby milk, paper towels, anything supply-wise that you can imagine. Just take a look at our wish list.
Now, also on here, I just found out a couple of days ago, I went to Trademark Recycling for the first time. My nephew wanted to go there.
Okay.
Trademark Metal, and they have a special deal. They're working out with you?
Yes, they do. You can go over to there and bring in your scrap steel that you need to get rid of, and what you just do is tell them that it's for Animis Foundation and at the cashier, and you can help us that way as well.
Oh,
part of the
that's
proceeds
outstanding.
of what is earned can come to us that way.
Okay.
And also caring scent. That's another important one. If you want to donate your spare change from purchases you make.
Okay, let me mention something real quickly. What I'd like to do, and Robin, remind me that I want to do this. The video that we're making right now, if you're watching the video on YouTube, and I suppose we can do this on Facebook too, we'll put these links that you're referring to underneath. Okay?
Terrific. That's a great idea.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, we will.
Thank you very much.
That way, because they'll hear it, and it's this way it's easier to click on things, I think, to click on links, right?
Yes.
Tell me about what was it here? We can visit for $15, right?
Yes, and it's $12 for children.
Have a tour, okay.
And all those earnings go directly to our feed bill and our veterinary care bill.
Is there a story behind the name Animis?
Animis is a word that means spirit and soul. So
Really?
the reason for that word is to make a connection between all living things, all animals and humans,
Wow, I
that
never knew
there
that.
is a spirit, soul, individuality, and that's part of our mission, to educate people on that.
By the way, I think my little armadillo, it's not so little anymore, by the way, but I think he knows that I'm a friendly person. I think he knows he's safe with me, and that's why because I have a tool shed also, and that's really where he lives most of the time.
Yes.
But I think he knows that I'm okay.
It's based on your energy and your behavior towards them.
Yeah.
They read you. All animals read. I think out of all the species on the planet, we're one of the ones that have lost the most when it comes to that kind of instinct.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. but he sees that you're not after him. And on our property, the number of crows and squirrels is huge compared to any other property in Marion County, and that has to do with the fact that the crows aren't being shot at. A lot of people just feel the need they want to drive crows off their property, but they're one of the most wonderful birds.
But you also are making people aware that even though the animals are cute and everything, that we have to respect them, and they are wild animals.
Larry, coming back to the armadillo, those guys are eating so many ticks and roaches and everything. They clean your yard for you.
Same with the possums. Possums are seen as if you surprise them, and this goes back to the respect question, an animal's main goal is survival. If a human comes up upon an opossum cornered in your garage, of course he's going to act defensively because he feels he's in danger. But they're one of the most gentle creatures, opossums. And again, the service they provide in protecting you from Lyme disease by clearing your property of ticks, they help control the rodent populations. They're an asset to have around. And, just because of their appearance, people see them as vile and a threat. And we try to teach people that's not the case.
And you have all of the cute different animals on your T-shirts that you have. You even have a sloth on one of the T-shirts that people can purchase from you, from the Animis Foundation.
One of our fundraisers.
They're such fun. That's a wonderful fundraising idea you have, or the variety of T-shirts you have.
Nice. That was my wife's idea. I'm giving her all the credit for that. And the shirts you can order are anything from most of the animals we'll work with to exotics if you want.
Some selfies.
Look at those puppies. Oh my gosh, I love dogs.
Yeah, we do too. We try to perpetuate a lot of the education the children get is proper relationships with dogs, and we also put a lot of work into the kids on how to have a healthy relationship with your pets and a responsible relationship.
Were you in the area when the Marion Nature Park was down by the Market of Marion?
No, we were not.
Oh my gosh, that guy, what was his name, Robin?
Mark Wilson.
What was his name?
Doctor.
Mark Wilson.
Dr.
Yes.
Wilson.
Oh my gosh, you're kindred spirit with him. I mean, he really loves animals too, and I think it broke his heart when that thing went out of business. But yeah.
Well, you also have wonderful events coming up. You've got Bat-tastic event for children. You've got the Earth Day celebration. It's really amazing.
Yes, all those events can be seen on Facebook as well, and another thing is each of these events, as well as being fundraisers, there's going to be a lot of education to be learned. The bat one is especially important. We're the only bat rehabilitation center in the northern part of Florida.
Oh my gosh, I want to come just to see the bats.
They're amazing animals. The service they provide to mankind with the prevention of disease by devouring mosquitoes and protecting your crops from flying insects. And they're another... people are often misinformed by bats, and right now there's a sign up that says wild animals carry rabies, and there's this vilified picture of a bat that's not even in this part of the world. It's a fruit bat, and he's got these evil red eyes, and that's not the case. The wonderful creatures, yes, again, respect. Do not ever touch a bat that you see. Call a wildlife rehabber and find out information on how to handle that animal correctly for safety if you want to help them. But again, fantastic, beautiful animals that we want to teach people about.
Let's see. How come the crows are so big in, where was I? In the Grand Canyon. The crows are gigantic compared to here.
Well, that's a different species. That's called a raven. Same family, but a different animal.
Okay.
That's why.
All right. Let's see. What I want to make sure we leave with before we run out of time is phone numbers and websites. If you could give us some of that.
Okay. The main line to call if you have an animal in distress that you want help with is 352-843-6379. Okay. And then I'm going to give you our the caring scent, which is https donate.caringscent.com, and then you can put down #go/Animis Foundation.
Okay.
And Other than that, our Facebook page is just go onto Facebook and type in Animis Foundation, just
right.
like anybody else you was searching for. And we have an open public, membership to
And
that.
we'll put all the links there, and I'll sign up for it after we're off the air. Mark Quadrozzi, thank you so much. JP Leemans, thank you. Gareth Vandergriff, thank you. Thank you all for coming in.
Great being here.
And thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you, Robin.
We'll be right back.
Jeff Merkley as he continues protesting President Trump's Supreme Court nominee on the Senate floor.
Because of the far-right views of Neil Gorsuch, because it's a stolen seat.
Republicans are promising to